Hi everyone, it's Leona with Leona's Designs, and I'm here today to share with you a short video on my idea for creating a beautiful dragonfly out of fabric. And in my Slow Stitch with K3N number 52 video, I mentioned that I wanted to create a dragonfly out of this piece of wrapping and binding material that I did in that video. I did several pieces of wrapping and binding cloth, and I had a little piece left over, and I said, oh, it looks like it could be a dragonfly or a butterfly body. And so I had that idea in my head, and I wanted to use it to make a dragonfly. So I did put this down for his body, and I wrapped another piece, very similar, to put down for his tail. And these are just pinned down to this piece of orange, kind of yellowish orange cotton cloth. And then underneath are his wings, which I had a pattern from a dragonfly that I drew a couple years ago, and I just printed it out and I cut out the wings, and I used them as templates to cut out wings from this strip of material that I had. I got given to me free from a quilter. It's got these little dog faces on it and animals, but I was able to cut the wings out without getting really any of the faces in there. Just a couple of eyes here and maybe that little dog body there, but it's not really that noticeable, I don't think. But I just loved all the colors in this, and so that's why I want to use this little scrap of fabric. So that's going to be my wings, and I had the thought that I might couch them down, stitch them down and then go around the outside couching them down with some yarn. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I might just stitch them down. This yarn really wouldn't show up, so maybe I will. I'll see after I stitch them down. I might go back and couch some yarn over them just to kind of tie in with this wrapping and binding of the body and the tail. So I've just got everything pinned down right now. These I kind of slid under the body. So I think the easiest thing for me to do is pin these down right while they're in place. And then I will remove that body and stitch these wings down with just some running stitches. And hopefully it'll just be a simple project. But I wanted to complete this project to use in my week 53 video that I'm going to do for the Slow Stitch with K3N. I'm going to do a flip through of my whole journal for the year 2024, and I wanted this to be my week 53, a dragonfly project. So I just thought I'd make a separate video of how I created this. So it's pretty simple. If you want to do one like this, you just take some cloth, and I did show this in my wrapping and binding video. You just take a piece of cloth, a strip of cloth, say, any kind of cloth. Get a piece here. I can find a strip of cloth. This is too big. Just say a piece of cloth like this, a little strip of cloth. And then you would fold it over. In this case, you would fold it over once because it's so small. But if it was bigger, you would fold it over a few times. And then you would take some yarn or some embroidery floss or some thread and just wrap it around. You could use ribbon. Just wrap it and wrap it and wrap it until you got it all wrapped, and then you would tie it. And that's what I did with this. And if you want to see how I did that, I'll put the link to my week 52 wrapping and binding video in the description box, because it shows how I made these. So I've got the wings pinned down. Just going to remove these pins now. Take this body off of here. It's in 2 pieces. And I'll get some thread and I'll start stitching these down. I think I'm going to use black thread. This black thread I have here. I think it's just pearl cotton thread. Just some that somebody gave me. And I'll get my needle threaded. And we'll get stitching. I'm filming this on New Year's Day. So I will say Happy New Year to everyone. I hope so far your New Year has been very great. I hope that you're having a great day and that you have plans for lots of stitching in the new year. I have plans for 2 different projects this year. One is slow stitch a bird a month, and the other is doing a scripture art journal, Bible verse every week. So I will be busy doing that, but I'm sure I will be doing other slow stitch projects during the year because I really love making small slow stitch projects. Just going to come up here from the back, right in the tip of this top wing, and just do some straight stitches right close to the edge. Oops. Hopefully. I'm trying to stand and stitch and make sure I'm in frame. So that's probably why I'm having a little difficulty. I think this black thread is going to highlight it even more. Just going to take as small stitches as I can. And pull it through and just keep stitching like that all the way around both of the wings, and then I will be back. Okay, I've got the wings stitched down, just running stitches all around. I think they look very beautiful. And I don't think they need to be couched around the edges. I think it looks better with them to stay this way. So I'm not going to couch down any yarn. I'm just going to now stitch the bodies. So I'm going to take this one wrapped and binded piece, and I'm going to pin it here. And then I will couch this down so I get it pinned right where I want it. Oops. Unpin my finger. Oh, that didn't work very well. I might end up having to glue it down there, which I think I will do. Make it a little easier. This is pretty thick to get the pin through. Just want to have enough of a head there. I also want to leave room for the antenna. I'm going to just put some glue on this body, enough to hold it down so I can couch it. And I'm just going to use that same black embroidery floss. Hopefully that's held down good enough for me to start. Just going to start up here at the top. And then I'm going to go over. I'm just going to go over and back. Just back and forth across, just to hold it down. Sometimes I might take a, ooh, ouch, a little stitch in the body itself. Just kind of make sure I've got it held down good. And I will continue doing that all the way down on this body, and once I get this stitch down, I'm going to attach this and kind of curve it like that. And then I'll come back and we'll do the antenna. So I'll see you soon. Okay, I've got the whole body couched down. I think it looks really nice. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch with this black thread again. Just kind of a couch overcast of the end of his body here to make a black head, kind of an oval shape. And then I'm going to stitch antenna going out. I might do a couple of French knots to symbolize eyes. We'll see if I need it. But first I'm just going to keep going, kind of like a satin stitch, I guess, just to make it look like a black head. And I did look up dragonflies to see what they symbolize, and they do symbolize new life, transformation, change, spiritual growth. So that is a good way to begin the new year, I guess, with a dragonfly. Dragonfly would be a good symbol of the new year because there's change. It's a new year. We're hoping for transformation in our lives. I mean, always, but especially in the new year, I think we always try to focus on transforming in some way, or looking back to see if we had any growth during the past year. So I think this Dragonfly project is a great one to begin the new year with. And it's very easy. Just find yourself some colorful cloth, cut out a couple of wings, I think like this. You can find butterfly templates online. and not butterfly, sorry, could be a butterfly, dragonfly wings, and then just wrap and bind some cloth to make a body and stitch it together. It's a great project for the new year, and it's pretty easy and comes together very quickly. So I'm just going to continue going over and over until I get the semblance of a head here. And then I will stitch some antenna, and I'll be back to show you the results. Okay, well, I'm calling him finished. I'm not real happy with his antenna, but I didn't have enough room at the top, which I had wished I left enough room at the top to make his antenna go up straight instead of curved like that. But it is what it is. I don't have any more room, and I'm pleased with the beautiful wings and the nice body. So I hope I inspired you to try one for yourself. It's pretty easy. Just wrap and bind some scraps of cloth and cut some colorful wings out of another scrap of cloth and stitch it down and see what you get. A beautiful dragonfly to start the new year, the year of change and transformation and growth. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again soon. I'm going to do a flip through of the journal, and this dragonfly will be on the last page. Have a great day and a great new year.